Hey everybody, Summoners, glad to have you here with us today. IPL4 Qualifiers round of 8. We've had an amazing first game, Mono versus M5. I'm Hat Person. I'm here with Dan Din. Mono.
That team comp, I knew it. That Casio pick. You understand? Every time I play against Paradoxical, Cassiopeia. Every time I play against Paradoxical, Cassiopeia. And it's just, hopefully M5 got the cue from that.
Yeah.
Had they been listening to the stream, I predicted it. I was like, I should listen to Dan. He says he's gonna pick Casio. Bad.
And we were talking. I heard you guys also talking about they're using a very similar comp versus Solo Mid in Killing Spree.
4 out of 5 champions, exactly the same. It's just this is a rehearsed comp that they're using, and so it's easier to execute whatever they're doing. They're not introducing a lot of new elements to the game, and Shen is just really strong right now. This is buff Shen, by the way. This is before he's nerfed that we're playing on live.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is when Shen's OP. I mean, I don't think M5 knows that. Or maybe they do. I don't know.
If they didn't know, now they know.
Now, if you don't know, now you know.
and yeah, so they ran a very similar comp in Killing Spree, except they didn't have Shen. He was banned. They replaced him with Nocturne, and still worked ridiculously well. So it's just like they're
still global right there.
Oh yeah,
it's almost exactly the same. All right. Shen, I can't teleport top from the very bottom of the map. I can still teleport top from Middle River.
Yeah.
So it's
pretty good.
Still very good. Still very good.
So once again, we thank you all for spending your weekend with us. And sometimes things happen, sometimes things get delayed, but it is a live environment. But you know what? Fantastic matches we got all day today. And after this, we got TCM versus Curse. That's gonna be amazing. But for now, we got this going on. I think we're about ready to go. And yeah, so I think Cassiopeia ban. Immediate.
Oh yeah, Cassiopeia is gonna be bad.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, but hopefully we will see, and possibly we may also see a Janna ban coming in from M5 because a lot of it revolves around her too. It's like just having that extra aggression with Graves. So
Janna Graves is really strong in general. It's almost like Janna Ashe, but Graves feels like a stronger laner. You still get that improved AoE damage, you get that shield and the extra right click damage. Sure, the first hit's not going to be a crit. You don't have the slow. Actually, Smoke Bomb's a slow. I think I'd prefer Smoke Bomb over Ashe's Frost Arrow any day too. So, just you're missing out on the AoE stun damage, whereas you have an AoE burst damage that does a little bit more.
So if you haven't done so already, please do go ahead, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, YouTube, everything you can for tons of great stuff from us, more content from us, and all the updates you need. And also Facebook.com/IGN Pro League. We are giving away a few $25 RP cards, and we've extended the deadline. You can do it until Sunday, so get on that. The earlier you are, might as well. You can't forget about that kind of stuff. It's free money if you win it.
Free money.
YouTube.com/IPLLOL.
Wow.
And we also have our top 5 show too. IPLLOLreplays@gmail.com. Send us your plays if you got them. And I'm sure we're going to be going over these later. We can just do an entire show just on all the plays we're going to get from today. Like, all right, today's been a great day.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go on for another one match, potentially 2.
Yeah.
And then 2 more series, so
yeah, so
that's a minimum of 5 more matches.
It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. So like I said, after this, TCM versus Curse. After that, we're going to close out the day with V8 versus EZ. Remember, everyone who wins today qualified to go to IPL4 in Las Vegas, and we're going to find out tomorrow. The remaining 4 are going to play tomorrow. Whoever wins that will get their trip completely comped. Absolutely free.
Are we okay to talk about the location yet?
We are not. We're going to be announcing that next week.
Oh man, I want to talk about it so much. So sweet.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It's going to be real good.
It's going to be real nice. It's going to be nice and posh. I can't wait. It's like a mini vacation. But here we are. We are in the game. M5 first ban, first pick. Let's see what they do here.
Think we're gonna ban Cass?
I hope we see Cass. We're waiting. Drum roll. Skarner.
Oh, whoa.
What?
Still Skarner.
What?
The thing is from M5's experience, right?
Yeah.
Just based off their team comp, I can tell that Skarner will give them trouble. What they don't know is Mono doesn't play Skarner, so it's a waste of a ban. So I have like a spectator hindsight bias, so I still feel like they should ban Cassiopeia.
But still, though, that is one of the advantages, though, of being a lesser-known team and up-and-coming teams that people don't know how to play.
There you go.
There we go. Now we've got it. Now we've
So
got the
they're covering all the bases.
Yep.
But I feel like Skarner is a waste of ban against Mono. They're better off just banning Rammus, if anything, because I don't see Mono running Skarner in their particular team comps specifically.
Wait, what team comps does Skarner work well with?
It's more about not who he works well with. I feel like it works well against. Yeah.
I can see that.
That's why they're banning it. They're not banning it because they think Nintendo's team or Mono's going to use it. They just feel like from our scrim, from our practice, Skarner gives us a hard time. So we're going to ban him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair ban because sometimes just however some teams like to like to make their comps or however they practice, like some champs just do well against certain variations of teams.
I feel like it's a little bit like rock paper scissors right now because a lot of teams, they have their bread and butter comp.
Yeah.
And so sometimes one team's bread and butter comp just doesn't do well against another team's bread and butter. And so yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. And Sona being the last ban from Mono. So ban Skarner, Cassiopeia, Karthus, Shyvana, Rai, Sona. Still, the Shyvana ban still in there. And now M5, Shen has been let through, and now M5 is going to give him a chance at the wheel here. So this is buffed Shen. This is Tournament Realm has been patched. We are on latest patch. So what do you do against this buffed Shen? What can you do?
I think they're actually going to lane Shen top. Shen just does really, really well against a champion that doesn't heal. He's got infinite poke. Energy just regens too fast. If he's getting poked really hard, he can add extra points to W. So if it's a champion that requires to walk up really, really close to hit a creep and farm without a sustain, Shen's is going to decimate him. So I feel like what I have success with, just very, very frequently, is just send Warwick top, go Wit's End. And once you have that, you can 1v1 Shen.
Warwick is a fantastic top lane, especially against some of the tankier top laners, like a Singed comes to mind.
Yeah, as long as you have decent mana regen, you can just keep on swiping Shen. Shen scales off of HP, and Warwick scales off of the enemy having more HP. So I feel like Warwick would be a legitimate choice top if they're going to send Shen top. But I don't think Mono would it's not guaranteed yet. So if you're going to pick Warwick to go top, you'd have to wait until you see more of M5's pick. Because it's not guaranteed that Shen's going top.
The picking up Nunu again does worry me, because when we saw last game, Nunu would get into the middle of the fight, he would ult, and then just be immediately picked off. Like he's like, I'm a big target, guys, look at me.
I think just last game, just with the way it is, he was just in the middle of the fight just to zone, to make sure that his team doesn't get picked off and killed. He was more of like, I'm going to run in, I'm sacrificed so you guys don't die type of thing. In this game, I feel like he's going to be better positioned just because he might not have to be... He's not forced to. He's going to have Shen to take the brunt of the damage. And Shen's fairly tanky. And he's going to be more concentrated on buffing up MF to do the right-clicking and staying back and hugging MF so he can keep on snowballing Aurelia. So Aurelia can't decimate MF. And I think that should work out a little bit better.
Jarvan and Aurelia coming in for Mono. Now, I mean, Aurelia. I mean, we're probably going to see Aurelia top lane, and I'm guessing we're going to see Jarvan jungle. But I don't know. I worry about Jarvan specifically because of Shen, because Shen can just use the taunt to just get out of the ult also. So it's kind of like a little bit of a wasted target almost, and then we still got Morgana being hovered over here for M5. I don't know. I'm half and half on the Jarvan pick. I'm not quite sure where to go with
half on the Jarvan pick.
Yeah.
What they want to do is they want to just get on top of MF and kill her, and that's what Jarvan Aurelia is going to be able to do. In order for MF to not die, Actually, that's a very, very good pick right there to have Summoner heal, because it's basically an anti-burst measure, because she doesn't want to die instantly. What's going to happen is when Aurelia and Jarvan jumps on MF, she's going to have to blow that heal. If her flash is still up, she's going to have to flash out. And Nunu has to immediately respawn, and Nunu has to snowball Aurelia or J4 and ult immediately to slow down their attack damage and let MF reposition, especially if her flash is down. So that's how I see it's going to come out. Because if you think about it, right, if Jarvan Cataclysm on top of MF, Aurelia can still get in there and get on top of MF too. So it's going to serve it's going to allow Jarvan and Aurelia to just give MF if they potentially can.
Now, if Jarvan ults someone with Morgana's shield on, he
still jumps, I believe.
He still jumps. Does the crater still come up?
Yes, I believe so. So
we'll see.
I actually don't know for a fact. That's just my impression of it. So let's see if it does happen.
We'll see if it works. And Ahri, last pick for Mono. I think fantastic counter over for Morgana. True damage, always good. True damage is always a good thing. So these are your picks for Game 2. Well, first off, the bans. Skarner, Cassiopeia, and Karthus banned by M5. They picked Shen, Nunu, MF, Morgana, and Udyr. Mono, they've banned out Shyvana, Ryze, Sona, and picked up Graves, Janna, Jarvan, Aurelia, and Ahri.
I'm curious. I'm trying to figure out, is it going to be Udyr top or Shen top? Because either would work well. I feel like Shen also beats Aurelia pretty well. Because Aurelia is going to have a lot of sustain after a while if she maxes her true damage lifesteal on hit effect. But Shen should be able to dish out enough damage, just push her out of lane in the first couple of levels. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Especially, I think Aurelia does eventually get like maybe a Wit's End and a Merc Treads. But if you think about it, Shen is all true damage. Same with Udyr. I mean, not true damage, magic damage, I mean. And Aurelia is not going to have a lot of defense against it unless she runes into it. So if she runes correctly, she's going to be able to lane well. And if she doesn't, she's going to have a really hard time.
Yep, and there's also been kind of like a change, too, in how people are really building Aurelia. Because a lot of people would do Trinity Force.
Yeah.
And now...
It's Frozen Mallet.
Now it's Frozen Mallet.
Yeah.
So, like, how did that change come about?
Frozen Mallet is more of like, I catch you, you're dead. Trinity Force is, I catch you, I move faster, I slow you, I do a lot of damage, but you can potentially get away if my slow doesn't proc. Yeah. So, I feel like Frozen Mallet makes it so you're less bursty. I mean, it's like less capable of being bursted as Aurelia. And so she could actually take advantage of life stealing back up.
Sounds good. So, and, no, I also haven't. I think this may also be our first Jarvan of the tournament as well.
First Jarvan?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Because we see we've seen a lot of champs come out of the limelight when we saw Ashe this morning.
Yeah.
So I think it's like now we're getting to the point where our teams are kind of they're digging in the back of the closet. They're getting the champs they don't use as much to try and throw people off. Do you think that's more? Do you think that's more something that they're just trying to see if they can catch M5 unprepared?
The way I feel about it is MF is actually a very, very high damage champion, right? She's got a good attack speed steroid.
Yeah.
And actually an extra magic damage buff to her attack from her W, I think. And so she outputs a lot of damage. Her biggest drawback is she doesn't have a built-in escape like, say, Graves does or Caitlyn does. So what Mono wants to do, sorry, their name skipped on me for like 5 seconds. What Mono is thinking is, all right, so since MF doesn't have an escape, we need somebody that can close and gib her. Who can close that? They thought Aurelia can and Jarvan can. You lock her down, and hopefully it's going to go to how they plan. If I'm rooting for Mono, which I kind of am secretly.
Plus also, Jarvan has the pop-up, so if MF goes into ult, you can just throw the standard pop and the ult. We got Ahri with the taunt as well. So there are a lot of options. Mono has a lot of options to get rid of MF ult. Janna, well-timed tornado can do it as well.
Like what Mono doesn't want to do is they don't want to ult like a front line what that's going to happen is, especially in the jungle, it's going to create a crater where nobody can pass through, and MF is just going to stand in the back of it and start channeling. So hopefully we don't see that this game.
Well, we will see. So, Mono, we are remaking the game. Everyone's just about ready. So, game number 2, Moscow 5 versus Mono eSports. Mono is already up one game. If they get this one, not only will they taken out our first seed and one of the best teams in the world, they will also be going to IPL4 in Las Vegas. Mono needs to win this one to stay alive in the qualifiers. It's going to be a good one, guys. Stay tuned. Get your popcorn if you haven't already. Spectator delay is going to be starting just momentarily. We are getting ready, people. So, guys, this is a good one. Game is loading up. Let's do this. Welcome, everyone. IPL4 qualifiers round of 8. We're heading into game 2, Moscow 5 versus Mono eSports. I'm Hat Person. With me is Dan Den. It's going to be a good one. Mono is already up one game, so if they win this one, they get the qualifying spot for IPL4 in Vegas. We are loading up into the game right now. Just to refresh you on the bans, M5 has banned out Skarner, Cassiopeia, and Karthus. Mono has banned out Shyvana, Rise, and Sona. Very, very smart bans from both teams. M5, didn't quite know that much about Mono. They learned real quick first game they want to get Cassiopeia out of the running as quickly as they can in Mono. Mono watched Kiev. They knew to ban Shyvana as well.
I know.
Like M5 after their Kiev win, like everyone caught on real quick. It's like, wow, Shyvana,
It's pretty strong.
pretty good.
So Shyvana days are over.
It's like, so when you first saw Shyvana coming into play in Kiev, what was going through your mind?
I actually personally like Shyvana. I've played her quite a bit before Kiev. It's just, people are just so skeptical.
Yeah.
They need something to be proven successful before they're willing to give it a try.
Right.
Especially like a team. It's because as a jungler, you're the one that's playing jungler, and your team doesn't really play it, so they don't really know the potential. And a lot of times, they want to stick to what's comfortable. Like when I first picked up Sejuani, my team's like, we've never really practiced with you playing Sejuani. I was like, don't worry about it. I played it in solo queue. It works really well. It works well in this team comp, and they're very skeptical. And after it's been very successful once, we've tried it again, and it was successful again. So, you just have to allow people to get used to it, and people have to be a little bit open on trying new team comps.
Mono looking to secure their red while listening to Jarvan yak on about something. M5, they've got a nice little point defense over every opening in their jungle. Their M5's on the defensive. This is new.
They're definitely on the defensive. After losing the first game, they don't want to take any high risks because what they feel like is, a lot of times people feel this way. We're a better team as long as we don't give up an early advantage. We should be able to pull this to late game and team fight better than their team and win. So, like that thought actually goes through almost every single team's mind.
And you'll see Udyr did get his 1 point in Phoenix, so we will be seeing Phoenix Udyr, not Tiger Udyr. Which, I mean, for jungles Udyr, it's pretty standard to see Phoenix. Like, usually, like, lane Udyr, you see him do Tiger and Turtle.
Yeah.
So Nintendo going to start at the Wolves. Udyr doing so as well. Shen, Darian actually invading, taking care of the big Wraith, and then hopping right back out. He's going to be going top lane.
Yeah, you don't really lose much still in Wraith as Shen because, with the Vorpal Blade, it's healing him enough, and with killing the big Wraith, it also heals him again. So, with the Doran Shield walking from Wraith back up, he can sacrifice about 100 hit point and still top off by the time he gets back to top.
The thing isn't like, and Shen's like, I'm pretty sure like Shen's like one of the very few champs where starting off Doran Shield's actually like a really good idea. Yeah,
because his passive scales off of HP, and so he's got a lot more damage, he's got a lot of lifesteal, and his Vorpal Blade gives him heal already. So having that HP pot is not absolutely necessary. And what you're gonna see up top is you're just gonna see Shen just zone Aurelia. I've had this matchup a couple of times playing Shen in solo queue already, and like I feel no threat laning against Aurelia just because there's infinite poke, right? She has a heal, but what's going to happen is she has to be able to get up to right-click a creep to actually heal. And that basically means you go up, you heal 20 hit point off attacking a creep, you're going to eat a Vorpal Blade for 50. And if you get hit by my key strike, you're going to take another, say, 80 damage. And so the exchange for Aurelia is really bad up top. What's going to happen is when Shen gets overextended up top, J4 has to be able to get in there and harass him and put the advantage back in Aurelia. Otherwise, Aurelia is going to lose lane.
And Nintendo is getting red, but he's actually going to be a little bit low. I mean, he's actually starting to meander down to his Wraiths. I think he might actually be coming down mid. So we'll see if we make an attempt here on Morgana in just a second. Top lane, Darian's actually pushing a tower. Morgana actually being engaged upon. Has to flash out. Alex gets the stun off on Paradoxical. Stun pop-up comes from Nintendo. Paradoxical comes in. We get the first blood for Jarvan.
That was a really, really bad flash on Morg. What she should have done was she should have flashed towards tower. And if she was going to flash, she should have timed the Jarvan to begin with. Not, oh, I see them. They're going to gank me. Let's preemptive flash and clear as much distance. I felt like in that situation, it was better to just use her flash to dodge a skill. Unless she flashed to dodge charm, which she felt was going to hit her anyways. But I didn't catch that glimpse.
Well, either way, flash burned and a kill. So Alex is actually going to have a really rough time when he comes back to mid. Jarvan, and now just after that kill, is just going to be very content, just going along in his own jungle. And Diamonds is actually wandering up to his tri lane. We're gonna have a clash here. I think. I don't think we've gotten vision though. Now he knows. Now we know Jarvan's here. Bear stance going off. Nintendo is actually stunned in the bush. Will he be able to get away? Yes. Phoenix Udyr wandering around again. Is he gonna get aggressive? No, he will not. He's a little bit too low to attempt a tower dive right now, especially with Aurelia still around, so he will back.
So like right now, I feel like because Morg did give up that kill, what that's going to mean is Ahri is going to hit 6 a lot sooner than Morg will. So that's going to allow Ahri a kill potential the moment she hits 6, because if Morg hits 6, say 30, 40 seconds after, it's going to give Ahri a window to poke her down and just, unleash her ult, unleash her charm, unleash her Q, and Foxfire. And that should put out enough damage to kill Morg, even through the spell shield, the black shield that she's going to have. Because I think black shield at level 1 only blocks like, say, 100 damage with the AP that she has.
Yep, just a little bit over that. So yeah, it's not going to be anything too much, but really like right now the black shield is just there to prevent any CC right now.
So with the way the game's going, I think Shen is winning top, and Shen scales pretty well. Ahri is definitely controlling mid pretty well. So if this game is gonna if it's gonna come back, it's gonna be coming back from Shen up top with a well-timed ultimate for like a counter gank, and just generally in lane beating out Aurelia.
Yep. So Nintendo actually coming back down around mid. Morgana throwing down a shield. Turtle is actually farming fairly okay under tower. She's still pretty behind, 10 creep kills behind, and look at that health in comparison. It's rough times for Aurelia top lane. So offensive ward going down into bot try bush, while Turtle about 300 health top lane, trying to defend against Shen.
So the thing with Aurelia is she did burn all 3 HP pots. She's going to be behind in the EXP and levels at this point, because what Darren wants to do now is he knows Aurelia is back. He wants to push this lane as soon as possible just to deny Aurelia EXP. So when she comes back, she's going to be even further behind. Oh, there goes the teleport. That doesn't matter.
There she is.
But that's actually a good burn on the teleport anyways, because what that means is she can't teleport in to control Dragon at this point. And Udyr is that late in the game where the first Dragon is going to go down. Usually you're going to start seeing people contest Dragon about like 8 minutes-ish. And having Aurelia...
Oh, CV goes down. Paradoxical comes in from mid. Shen has no choice but to ult Genja. We'll be safe. But we force Shen out of top lane. So I think that's what really, Mono needs to be looking to do in order to regain top lane is force Shen to teleport and force him to leave top. So
yeah, definitely. Every time Shen teleports, he's probably going to save somebody, but he's going to fall behind in his lane, because during the time it takes for him to get to bottom, do the team fight, get back up to top lane, the opposing opponent is going to get about 2 waves of creep and potentially push it to tower, deny him quite a bit too.
Yep, and just from Shen having to use that ult, Wild Turtle's actually caught up in experience and surpassed Shen. But Shen has a whole bunch of creeps at his tower. She's going to farm, and we're going to equalize right there. But yeah, mission objective completed. So 8 minutes in, 1 kill in favor of Mono. A fantastic first blood in mid, courtesy of Jarvan. Wild Turtle farming up the small golems.
I felt like this game, Morg would have been better off with Exhaust. Just laning against Ahri, just because, you know, like Exhaust is like an anti-burst spell. And Ignite is more like, I'm going to go aggressive, I'm going to kill. And I feel like Morg isn't really going to kill Ahri. Even if she lands a bind and gets up close and starts channeling her ult, if Ahri gets out of the bind fast enough, she's going to be able to dash out of the ultimate and not get that full damage anyways. So having Exhaust is a better measure against Ahri.
Yeah. I mean, it's strange, though, because, like, Flash Ignite really seems to be, like, the go-to pair of spells for pretty much every AP mid.
The reason with Flash Ignite is this. It just gives you a lot more killing potential. If you get a good... There's a fight breaking out top.
Right now, Darian actually being focused down, but he's quite tanky. Darian actually flashing just in time to get away from the pop-up. As this is like, oh man, are they actually going to do it? How much health does he have right now anyway? He's almost at 2K.
Yeah, Shen gets a lot of health, and he scales so well. Especially, I think it's very common for Shen to actually skill into defensive. So with defensive mastery and a lot of health to begin with, it's actually very, very hard to gank him. And the whole Cataclysm on J4, oh, there's a dragon fight breaking out.
Yep, they're going for it. There's no ward coverage down there from Mono, but Pixel may be coming by, and we'll discover Ghost Soup Pepper's right there. So Mono knows, and everyone is converging in. Jarvan's coming down. Pixel's already here. Ahri is close by. And actually, Alex got a little bit too close coming back into lane. He's going to get some free damage down on him. And Diamond Eyes is coming around. Nintendo taking the big wraith once again. And dodges the binding from Morgana.
Oh, he's baiting this fight so
yep,
bad.
There you go, Diamond Eyes. He's so caught out. You get Cataclysm coming down. Shen ult is not actually going to be doing enough. Wow. The shield just melted. The shield just melted.
Both the Black Shield and the Shen, because you know Ahri's is very, very bursty. You know.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
That's a fed Ahri for you too, though.
There we go. And Wild Turtle is like still trying to pair off against Darian top lane, but in the meantime, they've Dragons has already gone over to Mono. Mono is in a very commanding lead very early on right now.
Yeah.
2 kills plus a dragon, and doing some pretty out farming.
So the thing with the J4 jungle right here is, especially against a Shen, I've actually had personal experience with it, is this. So I'm Shen, I'm top, and there J4 comes in, he flags me, and then he's trying to like, kill me. I'm at like 200 hit point, I'm like running to tower, and then he cataclysms me, and I just dash out of it. See, sure the Cataclysm does a little bit of damage, but it creates a wall where the person that he's ganking for can't pass through either, and I can dash out of it. So just just having J4 against a Shen just isn't as effective as well.
Nintendo being caught out by Diamond Eyes, just wandering into the tri-bushes, not safe. He's going to try and standard over to small golems. Will be able to get away. Darian Turtle nearby. Morgana. Alex is actually pushing down mid-tower in the meantime. And Nunu had to go back to town. He got himself a heart of gold. So it's his first GP10 item. And Paradoxical is just pretty fed. Almost has like a full level up on Alex.
Yeah, Paradoxical's got not only more CS, but he's got a kill and an assist on top of him.
Yep.
And so that's quite a bit of gold. I think he's got about, say, 800 gold over.
Let's take a look. 4,000 to 800. You're good at this. You're too good at this. It's like every time I have to bring up like gold totals or something, you're just on the money every time. I love it. This is the power of having the pros in the studio. And once again, we're so glad to have like you and Chester and everybody with us this weekend. And and I'm sure everyone out there watching the stream appreciates it too, and we love that you guys come by.
Yeah, so at this point, I feel like Ari is a big enough threat that
Yep.
even with Shen, if she's ganking, it's not going to matter enough just because her burst is so high. Because right now, Shen's ult is probably going to block maybe a couple hundred damage only. Because she's not only is not level 11, like that shield is a good shield if he can get there before they die. Because what's going to happen is if the person you're trying to save hasn't died, you can taunt after and you can mitigate more damage. And you're also another body there dealing damage. But with Ari, as fed as she is, she can probably kill the champion that Shen wants to save through his shield.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw the shield earlier, like, we had Black Shield and we had Shen ult on Udyr, and it still
And he still died.
Still died.
He still dies. Foxfire does just amazing damage. I think one thing people max is Foxfire on Ari just because of the gank potential it gives. I think at level 9, max Foxfire would do about 500 damage.
So we got a huge
and
fight
it's
here.
relatively short cooldown too.
Yeah, it is pretty good. It is pretty short. And in the meantime, though, we still have everyone, like, it's strange, like every time Diamonds tries to come up here, Nintendo is just happens to be in the neighborhood. But we see her. So Ari is actually maxed Orb first. We got 3 levels in Foxfire. It's pretty good. But I think the true damage specifically against Morgana because of the shield is actually the real big winner here in mid.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I thought who would max Foxfire, but you know the Orb's actually better for farming and wave clearing. So.
Yep. Which Morgana's good at farming already. So what better way to out farm her?
Yeah, that's true. In
Orb.
hindsight, Orb is probably better for clearing back waves when she push. But in terms of like roam ganking, Foxfire is actually really strong. But it's definitely a skill that you want to max second if you want to do a lot of damage.
Yes. Because usually in a team fight you're only going to be able to get off 1 taunt, maybe 2, and it's really if you get it on the first taunt you've already won the fight pretty much. So Paradoxical evading the binding in mid. Bottom lane mono, their push machine is going, and we haven't really seen much involvement from Diamonds here. Like he's just been really putting down wards and farming and trying to get away like he did here. He just keeps getting caught, and Paradoxical actually may be able to burst him down just on his own. Well, the ult is still up for Paradoxical. It is now down. All 3 bursts have been used, but now Nintendo has come in. Shen has to ult. This is unfortunate. Unfortunate circumstance for Nintendo. Got a little bit too aggressive. Not worth. See that one. See
that was not worth it for Nintendo.
No.
What he should have known was Ari's ult was down, so the burst potential of Ari is actually very, very low at that point.
Yep.
Not to discount how farm he is, but he actually still did a lot of damage, but he didn't have the damage potential to actually finish off Morg once she had already flashed behind.
Yep. I think Nothing Real could actually could have just taken out that tower outright.
I honestly felt like Ari could have killed Udyr there. Just that extra dash downwards that she anticipated he was going to go.
Yeah.
Because normally people want to head back to safety as soon as possible. But instead, Udyr ran towards Morg instead, which is actually a safer option because you get a black shield and a bind.
Exactly. And Wildtur's actually really putting the hurt on Darien now. Wow.
I don't think Darien was at full hit point, though.
No, he wasn't. But he did get his Warmogs, so he will be, as the game progresses, he will be getting just more and more tankier. So, and what's next on Shen's item menu?
I'm not sure if he's either going like magic damage or physical damage, because you can either go Atmos and get more damage, or you can stack a Frozen Mallet for more utility and damage. So it's both an option. It's not guaranteed. I've seen so many different ways you can build Shen. You can actually even go Wit's End, and it'll give a lot of damage too. Because every time he attacks, his key strike cools down faster.
So, Dragon is up, ward down from Mono. Pings are going down. It looks like they're going to be getting ready to engage on it momentarily. Counter ward. And right now, Diamonds and Alex are in the top road. Gosu and Genja are actually pushing down bot. Nothing Real is actually trying to fend off the push as best he can, and he will. And Paradoxical is actually extending a little bit too far here. Alex in the bush waiting, but just decides not to bind or do anything in the meantime. And Wild Turtle is actually also taking top tower.
So Wild Turtle's actually got a couple opportunities to catch up a little bit, because what happens is every time Shen ults away, that gives her a chance to farm and catch up. So I think at this point she should be ahead in creeps just because of that. It's not too bad for Shen because he did pick up a kill earlier with an ult, but with all the ults total that he's done, probably like 3 or 4, it didn't really do much. He could have been a lot more ahead.
Right now the gank going down bot. Shen has to ult in on Genja. Jarvan tried to get the engage on earlier, and Pixel's actually ridiculously low. The ult is still up for Pixel, could still use it, but right now Ghost Pepper is actually trying to run away. MF ult goes down. Ghost Pepper does fall. Wild Turtle did teleport in. Genja about to go down. Tries to flash away. One more smack and that will do it. Diamonds and Darren are now in chase of Wild Turtle. 1 or 2 more auto attacks should be able to do it.
He wants that smoke bomb.
Oh
my
nice,
god, that juke.
Nice juke. Wonderful juke. Darian misses the taunt. Gets caught in the middle. And here comes Alex as Alex ults up. Alex ult is not up. Cannot do it. Binding, waiting for Wild Turtle. How are you juking all this stuff? Okay, now you go down and Darian is left alone. Wow.
That was a very, very good fight by
Wow.
Mono.
So many turtle jukes.
So basically, Aurelia is running up. He's waiting for the smoke bomb. It's not coming.
Nope.
And he dashes back on the guy behind him as the person that's about to come and hit him closes the distance. And then he runs back the other way. Shen dashes towards him, about to kill him.
Wow.
And then Janna throws on the shield. And so it's just...
Everyone's just chasing. Everyone just like completely zones and like tunnel visions in on Wild Turtles. Like, you have 1 auto attack left. We just come over here. I want to hug you.
They want to kill him so bad that they sacrificed tanking 2 people for a good 7 seconds just to kill him, and they ended up not killing him at all. And so that allowed Mono to take M5 down low enough that when, you know, everybody else just fully on re-engages, Mono was able to just kill everything.
And also good work on Pixel breaking away from the fight when he got low and coming right back in just at the right time. Just everyone on Mono was so well coordinated in that fight from beginning to end.
I think that was a top 5 play right there.
I think that is a top 5.
That's
I think we got a top 5 right there. I think we got a top 5. And even better, Alex didn't have the ult. If Morgana ult could have swung that in for
He
M5.
wanted to pick off. Okay, so Morgana, when he came in, he wanted to pick off Aurelia too. So
Yep.
So what had happened was...
Oh no, we've cornered Gosu. We've cornered Gosu Pepper. Just Nintendo just flashes in the way, and Gosu now has no option but to retreat through Mono's own jungle. Paradoxical is coming through. CV going down from M5. Wants to make sure that his path is clear, and it looks like going all the way, the long way.
They're like, forget it, not worth it.
Recalling in that bush. But right now, M5 has actually started up on Baron while they were giving in chase. But now Mono knows. They know where they've been this entire time. Wild Turtle's actually being ulted by Morgana. Will not be able to get away, but here comes Paradoxical. Come in, ults in, bursting as much as he can. Jarvan comes down with the ult. Graves ult coming down. Wild Turtle still not being able to die, but Darry comes in, and wow!
That's a Baron.
Another one fight for Mono, and they will take this Baron away from them. What is going on? What is going on in this game? Where did these guys come from? Where has Mono been this entire time? This is insane. Wow. And they've got themselves a Baron. Nunu, Gosu Pepper trying to come in, trying to do something. It's like, Mono is 10K in gold ahead.
Just at this point, they're just so far ahead that M5 is getting a little desperate. So
this is crazy.
I think what lost M5 the game was just that fight down bottom where they tried so hard to kill Aurelia and they couldn't. And it resulted in them getting ace. And so, you know, you give Mono that much advantage, and then they took Dragon as well. I think 2 Dragon and that 5 kill just put them over the edge where, like, they just need a group and fight now. They can just pressure lanes, take towers. And at this point, I don't think Shen can even deal with Aurelia anymore just because she got so much farm throughout the entire process.
Yep, Aurelia right now halfway to 15. Now Shen is actually like 2 levels behind Wild Turtle now at this point.
You know, you figure it in, okay? Shen's got 3 kills, Aurelia's got 3 kills. Aurelia's got 5 assists, though. And Baron gold and 2 Dragon gold. So the gold difference between those 2 is just huge now.
Just take a look. Like, Aurelia is up, what, like
1,700?
1,700 on Shen right now. Ahri is, look at the difference between Ahri and Morgana. It's like 3K almost.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like that's wow.
Basically,
Wow.
like the game-winning fight happened bottom. Everybody forced a really, really bad fight, and they tunneled Aurelia, and they couldn't. Had they been able to kill Aurelia, they could have still won that fight.
Move of desperation from Alex, trying to flash in with the ult. Tower goes down in a process. Shen does ult in. Mono, Wise backing off just a little bit. Darian just kind of running in a circle, tanking damage. Paradoxal is getting away. Darian, is your taunt going to be up in a second? Yes, it will, but not if you're dead. Right
This
now,
is 3v5.
Deer goes down. 3v5. This is a 3v5. Mono's winning a 3v5 against Mono. And Nothing Real just kind of stood there inside the Nunu ult. Alex should be going down in a second. MF ult going down, trying to finish off Paradoxical. Oh, doesn't do it! Doesn't do it! Ghost Pepper being caught down. Orb will be able to help take that out with Aurelia. This might be game. This might very well be game. Mono eSports putting M5 on the ropes. 24th seed in this tournament. Mono eSports is now taking out the first seed, one of the best teams in the world right now. Mono eSports now, Minion Wave coming in onto the Nexus.
Oh, they're going to have to back out.
They're
low.
They are low. They are at a disadvantage, but they are pushing to the Nexus turrets. They are so ridiculously
They're
far
gonna back
ahead.
out and start taking exterior towers. So at this point, Mono knows that they're far enough ahead where they just don't want to do anything risky and stupid. So what they want to do is they just want to take buffs, they want to take towers, and they want to buy. They have a lot of gold.
Yeah.
If they haven't bought, they want to buy and they want to regroup.
Mono, they do not want to take any risks. They are more than happy to go for the slow push in for the victory, especially in a match like this, especially in a qualifier tournament where whoever wins goes to Vegas. I do not blame them for backing off to make sure that they can ensure the win on this game. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. I have never seen anything like this.
So what you're going to see now is Mono's going to back up. They're going to buy. They're going to regroup. Graves is probably going to take bottom tower, and they're going to regroup top, take that tower, and they're just going to have a slow push with super creeps coming down mid and just forcing it to the twin towers. And as soon as the waves...
Paradoxical just dashes in, just melts Genja and dashes out. Did you see that? That is crazy.
Her burst is just too high. She's got about a 2,500 burst in about maybe 4 seconds at this point.
That is insane. That is nuts. Look at that, 538 AP with a Woda. Wow. Then now we got
They're
3-man
probably
push.
going to take bottom and hib just because MF is still dead.
MF is still gone. We got 3 members of Mono pushing into the Nexus turrets. Right now, Nothing Real is taking down bottom tower. We'll be taking down the inhibitors shortly. This is the slow push. This is the push that Mono needs. Genja comes back up. Inhibitor about to go down. Diamonds is actually being focused down. Has to be ulted by Shen. Ult from Graves comes in. Pixel takes out Udyr. Inhibitor down. We're moving on to Nexus turrets. We got 2 waves of minions. Super creeps in the mix. Paradoxical actually getting bound by Morgana, and the ult from MF doesn't finish her off. Manages to dash away in time. Alex coming down with the ult. Pops the Zonias. Nintendo comes in. Does with the pop-up, comes out with the ult, make sure that no one's going to be leaving anytime soon. Nunu does fall. Alex goes back to the fountain. Darian be able to just make it to the fountain in time, but right now this other Nexus tower is about to go. This is going to be game. This is going to be game. Mono eSports about to take out the Nexus. Moscow 5 is out of the tournament.
Damn.
Mono eSports is moving on to IPL4. Oh my God. What happened? What is going on? What just happened?
Insanity happened.
This is what? Moscow 5 is out of the tournament. Mono eSports has won. Let that set in for just a moment. I need to stop hitting this table because something's gonna fall. We're going to commercial. I need to recover. I'm gonna have a heart attack. We'll be right back.